Seach of man gerf game Jeremy skippen nashent in the Hallopus at the gamas koepen de krinje rien aan de Davile se trierich. Ukraine ek ballen een nog kijk eens gach breed kennen wel de channel lure show pio het BBC Hallopus. Hallo Fisker Magen, agus fáiltir of gur balcóise peo show 8 BBC Alba. As je faatke nashente, van een solide show, agus a game oor keididu het fade. As me nestel goed faaltje griel, njolige was not kutjach njolige nog Suzanne Lappen. Suzanne, many thanks for joining us under the lights here at Hampden Park. Set the scene for us, it's a massive game for Scotland and the Ukraine are the opponents.
Yeah, no, as you say, I think it's a massive game, you know, probably the toughest, no doubt, of the campaign so far. I think, you know, the girls will need to go in with the right mindset, you know, expect a tougher challenge and be ready from the first whistle.
Let's take a look back at their last competitive match against Ukraine here at Hampden Park at Hungary. They won 2-1, but they made hard work of it.
They did. You know, I think Hungary made it difficult for Scotland. It took us a while to get into our stride, but you know, a great goal from Christy Grimshaw, who I think settled into the team really well. I've been impressed with her so far, and you know, it's a great reaction and a great goal. And it set Scotland on the right path in that game, but you know, just defensive errors were creeping into the game that night, and you know, a catalogue of errors there, not staying in your feet, and you know, it's a great finish, and Lee Alexander no chance, but you know, against the opponents tonight, you can't afford to give teams that amount of space in your own box and not get punished.
Absolutely, and it was a late winner by captain Rachel Corsie here with a header.
It was, and it's a great goal, and it's, you know, it's what Rachel's renowned for. You know, I've played with her for a number of years, and you know, you expect forwards to be on the move there, but it's her as a defender, you know, on the move, expecting the second ball, and Jenny Beattie picks her well, and you know, it's a great finish into the corner, and it's a huge 3 points for the girls on the night.
It's a huge match tonight as well, isn't it? Really, is it a must-win now? Is this a must-win match for Scotland?
I think it pretty much is. You know, Ukraine and Spain are undoubtedly the two toughest opponents. You know, do I think Scotland have got enough in their locker to beat Ukraine? I do, but I think it'll be a really tough game. I do think we'll need to raise our levels and, you know, take our chances when they come in, and as I say, be a bit more switched on defensively and keep it tighter at the back.
And since you started watching Scotland under the new manager Pedro Martínez, what have you seen him change? Is there changes? Has there been any?
I wouldn't say, you know, I've noticed any like major changes, but I think naturally when a new manager comes in, you know, people raise their game. It's a clean slate. You know, everyone's got a chance to go and impress, and you know, I've been impressed with them going forward. You know, 11 goals for in this campaign so far. I think, you know, as I keep saying, I think defensively there's maybe a bit of work to do. You know, maybe get more of a settled back four and keep it tight to hopefully progress and get out the group.
Great stuff. Well, many thanks for more from you to the match in commentary. And speaking of commentary, there's an English language commentary available just now by hitting the red button and following the on-screen instructions, and Alistair Lamont and Leanne Crichton will be waiting for you there. And Ishmaha, a sin tal stos gan speedy shakin heen and the kutjach nechare shakin heen, Alako Henley.
More in time gegaan, agus tachtbeleid. Kooi klaar, gemaakt kutsumach het vader. De skippen een baan en kalappen. Tasje geugen nog genoeg Ukraine. Agus een oorsen Jamars te chien aan de Seville. De meun is bang. Hak mollig na puine. A chikje shot. Halappe de wie kumal keem do. Ik had aan een spaantje de kem varach geklichtje ist. Dus je dranje gehukaten en heel en varach. Genoeg she Ukraine. Het ade de luchtuig spiat de dages. Vijfken. Bunnik, seo cefaad gannáisianta, had a bhí na hócal gaib as an nimmertse, hí se bhsin gil jaman mantalach taich tuháil na páthce, hí se féad a se dáskipe a hyn amach ag Biala Tunnel. Fáthce na dúorta mar a bheit a súlach agus i lá cúteach far a rá skippen an fer, i a daring an Ukraine sa flé a fachcasan is an féin go cúpin na crinne. Agus the three selection attackers in the ball caution, skipping the ban. Like Jeravan, agus Aston and Chistach is on game voordag heen in the Ukraine. Kuchak, Koi Kibar nog, Koi Kibar, Savar, Janavlan, that of us skipping in the fair. Shot at Camden, she skipping the hill up here, skipper, Chinamach, the noch, Rachel Corsie, skipper, in the gown. I guess Ukraine. Shinamach en het duur wel je. Dat is een leentje boeien van Lavantij. Alapa gyfeisna Leintyn Afysych Goram na Gydau. Niel cysgu iawn hemiad na brachtig yn y sy'n o'ch rhaeg ys o'n y glwysyd a chai byrach ffwr. Agus sio ffars na bydd cortys yn clwchyd an sy'n nwch gysorig ffyw ddys na ffyn nasianta. Ffyn nasianta mae'r asas rhaid gêm fwr agus asas skip y ffolaf yn dweud ffyw nasianta achos yn y chlwynys yn y dosach ffyw nasianta i Ukraine. Fein nasianta siachad agus coach yn halapa Pedro Martinez losa pôl ag y fas fiach yn di cwmal bla cael y chwilio sy'n eila agus skipi yn ystod na grach beson Jolan y hwg elfa sy'n gwyn coram un sy'n gwyf mynd y skipi yn y noch agus coch arach un sy'n skip ag elapa fan y gêm fach bysych mae ieddig y fach gynnwy na hwngar Rachel Boyle, Chloe Arthur yn y steig y chwl Lucy Grahamach mi yn y pathge Naiach fawr am y cynnych Abby Harrison yn y steig ac yn agus Lisa Evans y chile cwtach iddo laif chli agus iddo fengi misgynionia chai gyda my steig anamach gan y sgwad triples yn le clychyd enni gost agos fwy nid y chyn Amy Muir agus Lizzie Arnott agus Lana Cleland gyda hai bocht yn chachgan hai iddo fengi wdig part of iech gysio noch agus Ukraine Fa chwtch Lewis Cortez y gag Barcelona coig arach yn agus yn cwtioch gas y skipper hw dronig yn oen ysbaen sy'n gêm mae iddyn y misg trwyd Kalanina, Petrick agus Andrukov y fydd y fengi y tosiach yn och agus trwyd eile y fa clwys y gêm fe iddyn Kozlova ys Boychenko Fwn i hwy tŵl yn oen helig yn farach sy'n nhw iem y gleiad agus Panselai hat sy'n ule mach y salia triplach le Chinius Covid agus sy'n ffacal y fengi ac i Ukraine sgwyd gerastoch y sgwad gylir rwyd yn lac yn och. Richard yn och ga Croatia, Sabina Bolic, Fijn teichen en kleerchen voor Maja Petrovic, Barbara Vidovic, Gervafika, Ivana Martincic. En skipje Jishala Santoshchuk. Maar ik raad naja geworden zo'n alappe. Abi Harrison en Tosha Gadi aan zoen de Bristol City kata Shia Tul. Ze deze hier zo schön, agus koik aan de stress. Ik heb ik vergeten maar schön high aan de zoen de Santosh geweken nu. Agus skipper. Ak Ukraine. Daria Panashenko. Hoe de nunthulle gelegen game. Het me gede gevaar Ukraine klicht geschoten alappe. Dashan Davinas hoch kijk paantje we hier met. Doch is nach tachat schöne noch gach. Ich schicke mal auch koik bonjuk. Richet. Es Ingenieur Gachchen G. Wo je wis Couture Luis Cortez torche de skipper Ukraine. Bekan session en training de wieke. Behoorlijk aan agriach. We zijn nu als geschiel voor hem schies. Ik heb dan al op het alleen gloen. Maar vaars geen nummertje nu. Grand Kini. Ik heb dan je kraan voor de gnasjessen. Jay Allison, Tansje Gumara. Harrison, could the game, good dot. Stan Alappe, and Ashka Caroline Weir. There's Tarsenko, Corsi, who had the whole Kutsmachashnek 4 jedige game in Hungary. There's Vafe met the Shintjuch, San K, Muhammad de Spain, hadden we Rie Falla, like Vullig. Janad of Hulaas en de Frassige Stay. Boyle, Tasha Guanoch, click it to the Kibs. So it's the line, coming to Son Cuthbert, like Chelsea. Ashko Boyle, Jishan Goper, Itter Gele, kind of close at the canoe. Caroline Weir, within an Alchene, Live Yesh. The Puchtige Ashketa, Chloe Arthur. Corsi, Suis, Line, Boyle, Stigan of Oxe, with Yesh. We caught him, hook alle drops at Boyle, I guess. Bouw lang Kutjach, I guess. Wil dat te vallen met jedega je kraan, ga niet bij haast door het. Je shouldn't bouw de share dash geta, I guess. Muring. Je Boyle shouldn't come al stay. Bij Harrison. Een shallig tra in de wouw. I guess Kirsty Grimso. Daar hul maar ha. Kijk dat KC Milan. Daar hul KC Milan. Nee, deze is Kutjach. Het gaat met je kraan. Zo in de de vals had de guts voor Pesavinac. Zo goed je de val. I guess er is Grimshaw le korm bal voor de Stayishaw. I guess het val af. Zo'n play Bosching. Patrick van de dash. Dus je shouldn't have van energie en ik heb vertuwen de pro. I guess mag. Zo'n play Bosching. Als je Grimshaw niet een bal te hier dat is notion bij moet de line yes, le cheval le stech. Es caught him in ish, EMP. Tillig EMP gedeel in het Cuthbert. Line Suis. Conrad Gilly Bechshaw, Hokal Stay, Art. La Art Gillior Kata. Yes, we're in the Graham. Ja, Piti, dat de generalisation. Je Vuksevic. Graham, she gen nu in Hanneke Stay. En skip Tasha Guanoch, Bonderchuk Kutjach, Genisha Hoshik se gen vegede genu in Spain, Sanina Vaunach. Bonderchuk Chin. Arne Bengi sana Schach of Kech Beichgische. Is Luis Cortez coach Ur ak Ukraine. Korm zo'n lappen hoort steeds toch garstation. Ik denk dat nou we zijn nog gedaan de goede en je kan de bal kosten de baan gedraast ha. Skip Ur ak vier in die. Dat kan ook al gaan nelen. First dat Lee Alexander bouwlijn kan nelen in de paadje. Dat is de veer die Sue Karstein in de val. Ukraine. I guess Caroline Weir initially. Pick and room. Pass the hug. Nachko Arthur. Tosh cool Lee en ook. Naast Nicky Doherty. Again vaak op mijn gedig. Dus go Lisa Evans. Sheila had in de stad. En de skipper nog. Nog geleerd. Martinez Losa. Val lan is de kainte som Grimshaw. En eine fall avis Caramilla. En la fall bulla gast. Weir. Kainte Calna Roonian. Graham de Vistayi. Roona Hugo Ash. BT. Starsinko. Corsi. Boyle. Torian Val Lachkin Tras again. Here's Graham. Fudge na Chalapa. Chosta ila hada viek Martinez Lossa. Ik heb een talletje geleden gehad als de bal lag voor te gaan. Die eerste is que se feit Carme fijn tron de lijn Gian. Hier naast de leentje Puye men kan je. Evans die is toch al bal kan toch als gestay. Patrick die is via de ene val als zoekje weer een Cuthbert met de boxes gaat Puringi een uitpakje Gumalchius. But Suzanne, plenty early encouragement from a Scotland point of view. They've pretty much dominated all the possession so far.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've settled into the game well. You know, everybody's looking to get on the ball. Good combinations down both flanks, and you know, second ball volunteer in there, and you know, she's unlucky she's just not got over it. But as you say, you know, getting into the right areas and you know, causing Ukraine some early problems.
Cuthbert, Janjonia, give da hul, zijn jimmertse. Da hul, kutje ga Chloe Arthur, ze Kirsty Grimshaw, maar er is een kraat. Doch is kud de Shanad of Shananoch. Evans, Gra Eulige, de Martinez Lossa, Hoek Ico Arsenal, bij Bayern Munich. Ja, Keisen Kemal Luas, Jooshin Kata, ach Eulige Kijische, het Kage Gele. Shach hier Turus, als je net Ukraine eigenlijk een Teich. Sure, Kuchach gagas an erp. A China stay ma yedig of the chuk around Bristol Vavian a Pathke, Kravchuk around the hook about. Just an early warning here, Susan, that Ukraine they can break when you give them the opportunity, and they do. They did have support there of the chuk breaking from the middle of the park.
Yeah, they broke really well. You know, Scotland were on the back foot, and the balls actually came right through Rachel Boyle, and you know, a chance there for Ukraine, but you know, Scotland need to be wary of that counter-attack, you know, even when they are in comfortable possession, making sure that they're still keeping the door closed at the back.
What have you made of the appointment of Luis Cortez? I think that caught everyone by surprise, the Barcelona coach joining Ukraine.
Yeah, I think it did, you know, and I think the Ukraine players, you know, as I say, I think when any new manager comes in, but one of that calibre, you know, you'll be looking to impress. He'll have his, you know, his own targets in mind, and you know, he'll be looking to see a positive display here tonight, and I certainly don't think he's came here to, you know, sit back for a point.
When you get Champions League, gaan de Barcelona nu Chelsea, skip ik Erin Cuthbert. En is een league, er is een goed bij Spanje. Misschien kan je nog de tjune smooth doen, je gaat heen kraken, waar keer dat je dat is gevallen op Paul Kosche Club, is voor de kanu die ging. Is gevoelig zich project techniek Oekraïne en ik tarnjach is leers nog jaren aan haring. En graag een heel mooi nu de wieke, just een goed gedaan. Dus Shin kan slag dat je goed voor Pazanska. Is Grimshaw goed kutjemorre. Jenny BT chelig wichse game vashin voor de dood en een Pashenko het heel dashen daar wielen ze hoog genoemd ja dakel van een jerve euro vashin ga je lappen. Heel kunjoni hoe is in de pers maar we mekra. Ja daar la de heen in de skipin van Ocean kata dashen lion shin va Ukraine gader we shia jukes na rangen at de institution ko tricket te hun en gezalappe is streep suus ko fiket te ga. Hier Karane Salen putting you fine gonna Rowley Dushin. Roy Arthur stay Jimmy Keenan na Khanyig. Kan suus live ye Shachkesen. Ik heb de gasten Villa en is with die dahul of ashin en nu in heel en vaardig. We verder ging de klachviele, kan maar kutrumige verschinte. Roy Arthur hadden we chimmig al de squad. Shin hier het game voor de duki 4 woe je de game. As kutje gishin je fase aan Mishnich go verder ging aan de lene garm halappe. Shin ashar nas loje zoals Caroline Weir. Tjundikes. Shin lasje via een paadje gekregen. Boyle, vijgen de stuk konden die in de gaal kata. Als men niet trouw de uit je goede zo'n je kranach met hier keren de kook naar de kamelen. Sanska look at dat de duze en gli die wil gorge kutje puchtig soos. Maar hij da smatko die willen. Foul de Vashinse won at de hoekjako. Bij Harrison. Natishin op de chuk de hoek alle die is. We use alleen het Gian. Bring je pas een trein kata. Grimshaw met Ash skippelig. Bring je Shinane patje soos alleen. En sa Ash Pazanska Shinpal. Eentje nog het coole alleen het Gian agus game Glee Alexander in de mag. Jegens dan pikken de gaffa goed. Het hadden we kookje en Drukov wat plisje. Again, Suzanne, just a wee warning for Scotland there. That was all too simple to get in behind the back line.
Yeah, it was. Such a clever through ball, and Scotland fortunate to see it go behind, as you say. Switching off and not matching those runs. But again, just showing Ukraine are more than capable going forward.
Arthur en de Siege Chelny de Vaulig hij de opperge Falavo Yish. 10 minuten geworden de Golshachat, maar haast de veel. De Shechia Tul, haast de veel die kadam Selja Sapi tu Shachtu toch een paar van Ukraine en ik. Ja, ze nemen misje genoeg laten Tul traag houdt sketten. Ga je dat Shia Kinjani de Spanje en ik zie in het Tul was in een 10 minuten verjedig. Als je Peterson show goed goed challenge te Suringai. Gevaart te Suringai. Ze die eerst aan de bouwen Tsjechet. Kursi drapsje uit Tsjechet. We willen of de chuk bouwen drapse. Magus. No, drukkraftje de shin. That would have been a spectacular one had Kravchuk connected with this as she wanted, Suzanne.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, unfortunate. But again, it comes from Scotland forcing the play and trying to thread a pass through that wasn't on. And again, Ukraine show how good they are on the break, and another chance created for them.
Shemmerach gewan voor alle beheen te Javil Shachat. Hij met de Vina Nashar. Inderdaad, Kahok Alamach van de Goel. Chil Corsi. Skip bij de Fiach in de eerst. Cuthbert Guddich. Saatje hoe is de lijn. Rachel Boyle. Shinasha. Sueske Grimshaw. Bal Traastij. Agus Jukroashke. Bonderchuk. Maybe one of those situations, Suzanne, where you wanted Kirsty Grimshaw just to run into that space and then cut the ball back.
Yeah, I think so. It was good combination down the right hand side, and I think she had a bit maybe more time than she realised, and if she'd have got her head up, she'd have seen that there was no one really in the box, and maybe the best option was to drive to the byline and let her teammates get up and support.
Fiach in de eerst van een goal. Graham. Lucy Graham en Gluchet de Stene en Gluchet aan hem Alexander en de machtje gaan hier nog eenmaal sasse game. Cuthbert, Kaskulu, Katuv, Ellen Paatke. Goed is net cool in een Gluchet aan hier kraan ketap. Je had zijn talletje geljaarlijke shin. En Arthur Chile gedasje die is gaan je mianjel in het Gian. Corsi, Gal Kemes tegen een lee. Ik hier Ukraine is. Pick and roll McBoyle. Hier is gaan jullie pas maken jorig. Pristia, Harrison, maar een Jisje. En is tegen een wokse Masmoe. Nu zie haast dat Galappe. Shia zo lang is. Boyle. Stukke Cuthbert. Fijne vallen van Shoska. Jargadash. Kaintes aan Harrison. Yes, we helpen Kaintes aan de Boschingen. I think they play maken we zouden dat. That was better, Suzanne, and it came from that just quick thinking from Cuthbert, making that little bit of room in the box.
Yeah, much better. Quick throw in from Rachel, and it's a great touch from Erin, taking it in her stride. And strong enough to hold off the defender, and tries to pick out Abby Harrison, and unfortunately the defender just got back in time to put her off her shot.
Abby Harrison is another bit national Davil is a new Giok game and Dan Vark Leal up at Til Kenyani. Martina Slosser le triplet in a jacket some British Nicara, Claire Emsley the Gorstig, Anna Cleland, Jean, Kirsty Smith, the Chile Gachi Kuchach, Hanela the Viken, Ripletchen, the jacket set. Yes, and the Shostoch skippers launch the Suringa for the Machach, Utu Ukraine, New Ruteram and a skip Achkesen. Kalanina took on the Koranami and a path Geisen. There's a Mach. Some Saturdays Jachil at the Galapa. Boyle, Chorus, Deichit Kech, Bechinish, Deichit Zun and Och. You see Grua, you shouldn't stay. The issue of the Chuk of Ounside, should have been my Boogver Tras again. In a Kraftchuk, Juchn Sacha third. Kus should have Achkach, na Corran had the Dian, had the Pickant the goal over the Galap at Yahu, Shot Boyle, Fiachan and Nurti and Mckeon, the Grimshaw. He was the Ish Bizanska, and Bizanska Ashka start the Vau. Boyle, the Ish Lishavau, Suasko, the Voxer, and the Gish, McKenyev, Kiel Hakarwata of the Grimshaw in a state. Bosch en Kata, I guess Coram a shot to Jen Beatty. It's Kach, and a loss for Nahu. Evans in a field. Corsi who was Kuchach. Yet Val, a dine a fall off Kata, and it's Rishmik fine Cuthbert Ikidish. I guess the skipper Panashenko going to fall up. Beatty gives skill up, was at the fall of a shin. Harrison, go Prugumach, Evans, yes, in the ball stay Makilior, Karanina, Noshenka, and a fall out in the Ukrainian. So, yes, chat, je gaat op Pruguma, Javik en a Hachke. Skip after you see Machanev laying a Gian. Schmutko, Ash, and a Jiggly, this guy in the dash. Levik in a Kluchita Nachka, Kluchita Ukraine heen. Grimshaw, the Ish, and the ball stay Makilior. That has to go down as a wasted opportunities, and she had time there to pick out a better cross.
Yeah, she had more time, I think, than she thought, and also, good options in the box, and just too eager to get it in. You can see what she's trying to do. She sees the run of Abby Harrison, but maybe just had a bit more time than she thought. But another good play to get in down the the Scotland right hand side again.
Kalanina, Kavinik Idish. En je gaat de traas again, nog een shock wie first te galoppen. Net wie fout nog stel genoeg. Graham, hier gemaakt aan. Arthur, maar hier gaat die kusie in de wishin. Schijlie bouw. Afterchuk, via geen eindtrouwen, Karanina, putting je shiny aan, Kata, Murin te galoppen, Bishia, Kjelnelle, Aaron Cuthbert, kan je chain roll en McKenzie, Harrison het al, 1-2, Cuthbert, via geen de Kumalora. Natuurlijk, Bishia, Caroline Muirach, Panashenko, Skippelgug, McKenzie, wok zich heen. Graham, Tasha Gudi is al op het je gaat keme game, ook al pikken, chicken vergeten. Graham, via die Kumal het al. That was a good surging run from Erin Cuthbert, and just the last minute or so they've picked up the tempo a bit, Scotland.
They have. I was glad actually when Erin picked up the ball, she drove with it, because there was passes on, but I don't think they were the right options, and she's more than capable of taking people on and then slipping somebody in with one pass. But as you say, I think Scotland they've settled well in the game, and I think they know how they'll get joy out of Ukraine, and it's just about keeping mixing up that play and taking the opportunities in the final ball, making sure that's right when they get in behind.
You can't fiechan de siu ga a hortas na hiún sí na galappe fiechan de siu ja me hiún chu pican. Per chu gemach van 'n goal geskippeld te die eerst. Tradition te gaan into Ukraine skipper gemaak crew gemaak fysiker. Ja, eentje nog echt een jevoe with Luis Cortez of the Schindlish style like Barcelona in the state. En je gaat er maar haat, je laat pikken een stjonnetje, bal goedje van een goal. Het is toch een gel na ter zin geeft. Voor de gutje die is te mee aan de paadje. Smatko laatje de station. Dus je wat zaterdag gestjach, kun de Suez P-zellen. De lijn glie achtersen. Zanska, Rune Hugo Adash, go Smatko. Onderchuk, Lishe Vrepart. Yusi Kraftchuk, en dan je Gumalach. Ja, Adash ook mee aan de paad gekeken. Bal eentje nog gezien, het haakje ze voksen. Moet je plistje haast terugkijken naar het nerpetje in stjach. Te moet je voksen. Patrick gewoon is een nerp vergeten. Plistje je gaat de voksen, zo ze putting je gemale darakach. Again, just evidence is on that when they're given time, they are prepared to patiently work their way up, especially the right-hand side, and that should really have done better with that effort.
Yeah, she should have done better with the effort, and as you say again, it's it's down the Scotland right-hand side, and getting in behind Chloe Arthur, and a better ball there. I think there was a better pass on for a player in the edge of the box, but Scotland did well to get bodies back to recover, but again shows the the threat that Ukraine pose on the break.
Pedro Martinez lost a grashin, so gaan je naar een game. Kabig amelen, ze game ze naar de week. Just pick and smack je Ukraine in de game. Dan is de draast had het just pick and te grey mijn je mee aan de paadje. Ze die is Femi Piti vina kaffe just gaan nog in je fijne kes had de goal hashach. Daar zit het chien. Roxana Kravchuk in de Ukraine nog in het hashach. Ik zo het als je Paul Shapley van Trinavia. Ik is put in te Jen Beatty fine ikke. Ik is Kravchuk. Well, who is je Shalliga the duel. Ik is Gavi you got him. And I think we've been warning Suzanne that has been coming. And it was what shocked us was how simple it was. Just a simple through ball.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, simple through ball. Great awareness to play that ball, but again, Scotland have just switched off, and it's like a great finish. And as we've said, they've been knocking on the door. They've been showing that they're capable going forward. And from a Scotland point of view, the last thing they wanted to see probably was give Ukraine a goal and give them something to hold on to in this match.
Was een rabbit gevoerd die games dat we toelicht te galappen. Is maar is ik hier is Pedro Martinez losa de schönen was Patrick van de cheval try ik er nu just chicken runnischen nach Buringi eine daraka chwa pass je gemaak kummerschig go Kravchuk is een er pakje na sharp pulach schachat Lee Alexander. Je gedartel ik Kravchuk. En skippen nationte is een nog game je nu in te galappen plisje gedashke lua wel gaan nu de eerste beetje de kaske gedare in de val prachtig zo is een Kirsty Grimshaw, de Imolachiano le Lisa Evans had er nog in de lijn geweest. It's a bit of a test of character now for Scotland, isn't it?
It is. You know, Ukraine taking the lead, as I say, you know, knowing their character and how they can play, they'll try and, you know, hold on to that as best as they can. And, you know, Scotland have got to react. You know, they've got to take more of the ball, you know, demand the ball off each other, and, you know, try and push up the pitch a bit more and get themselves back into the game.
And maybe quicken the tempo a bit as well. I think the way the game has been played just now kind of suits the way Ukraine are set up as well.
Yeah, it does. You know, I'm not really too sure what, you know, Scotland's, you know, direct approach here is with play. You know, I'm not sure if, you know, Erin should be dropping in or Caroline. For me, you know, those players aren't getting on the ball enough at the moment, and when they are, they're very deep where they, you know, they can't hurt Ukraine. So, you know, moving the ball a lot quicker would help to try and, you know, free up the space to get these key players on the ball.
Kraan de hier te lijn mahat, agus ashin het lodge doen was misnig geisen. En je laat dat de daar game, ashin het licht, net groot en heel en vaardig. Keet Kenyani, ga je Shia Kenyani en nu in Spanje. Ach, maar goed is maar zo. Piasen en kan je te daar aachate in de sminjen kunnen geven. Kreeg nog geweest. Nu te gaan het over aan een favor allape. Niet van trasse game. Wie je leer dat Chili gedacht haastig. Ik heb iemand park inlig gehulting staan te de Janu. Hikke shot. Maar daar dash go Graham. Horses een piek geworden ze vintage. Zo'n uur te gaan je gesteund klikken dan ik hier kraan en je go through the state. De koper gemaakt kroeien is dan. Kutje me gedaan, klikken dan een kalpen. Weer die is toch dan, keer Jorische weg toch en dan staat je hoe is de 50 Pristia Shoko. Abby Harrison korm te galpen. Dan is een op Georgiedag. The UC Ponderchuk va Contal Kiliori. I'm just wondering, Suzanne, could she have maybe taken that another couple of paces and got a better sighting of goal?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, she's done really well to work it for herself, and maybe not the defender coming in, but, you know, she'll be disappointed because she's, you know, she's more than capable of finding the back of the net there. You know, a player of her calibre, but, you know, again, she's worked it well for herself. She's not had many opportunities so far, so, you know, maybe give her a bit of confidence that she's actually managed to, you know, get one in target and work the goalkeeper.
Maar McGrath, je de kooi tuurlijn is drie gele, zo'n Bristol City, de misk, tuurl nu Watford again vergeten gemist. Dan je kan dat je skippen naast en misschien hij laan misnig. Volgens je gaat goed je zien eigenlijk aan trainen is dan kunnen steken in de game zo nog. Purinte Lisa Evans zinnig om alles te. Pesanska. Stukje Patrick. Wie is woonachtig dat de val af zo is. Wie is achtergezet. Kravchuk. De deel. Korm Zul. Hoort je daar je Patrick Evandelische foul traaien. Purinte Jen Beatty fijnike. Ergens Kravchuk rolloe de zon. Goskeluund hief. En Eliane McCunny, ergens die bal koelen. Weer, Allard, Panashenko. Max Trichtje was het tachers, kijk, we zien, she is a pepe, me en een paard, kijk, als je gegeven mij toegtje met asje, wie aan je leunen, Gian asje, krijg je, ja, alles mooi, een hechtje. Corsi. Evans drops a Lekorm, Garrigus de voor de gleeg. Paulus de Panashenko, die is je zien, de Kassenstjach, ze fijn je wiel. It fell up. Again, that's encouraging for Scotland, Suzanne. Lisa Evans this time getting in with time and space down this right hand side.
Yeah, again, getting, you know, the joy out the right hand side, and Lisa switched over. And she actually does well to get her head up, and she's trying to find, you know, Erin there with the cutback, encouraging for Scotland.
Sin stocha dlíadar te galapa fiechan di fain sias na clíachin. Bhuiar Blastar an nuringi Shawanyi Tarakic agus Sadish Lena Vuya Panashenko Makanyev Komasach Vahichin Machine Kucher Caroline Vuya Picking a sharp ball up the Japaraki Makugan game Market Graham the Krim Shawana Steg and Voxa Achadish the Chinama at Yahu Jachna Keen and Achanya Grimshaw Jakaram Seljad at the vow the shot was out of Hochgiak Corson Katerina Corson she's a Saratara Kran Tolic Jach Bowlers to Galap Bachanish Bimiat Upragait Yahu Yes for the Sulich and Ashar Nashin for Caroline Weir Agustikshin Karam to Corson Skip Lachait Yahu again it's just that final ball just needs to be a bit more accurate.
Yeah, she's probably the one player that you don't expect that from. You know, a great chance for Scotland there. They had, you know, an overload, and as you say, that final pass again, just letting them down.
Cuthbert Chinton drop shot. The East Richard Boyle Catadiction in the Sachach the goal do vela. Cuthbert Nish a ball the goal mach and a clear. After Ishka Graham Hashin Dalash the Ishko BT Ekalina Cool Cuthbert Nish Evans in the back and room Khadish and the passage Kamishach Gilyor after Chuks Kalanina Gain Dashko Largan Ukraine Jen BT Leigh Shinma Evans the Vamui Nuringi Miss Mini could be a Rui Yunsi look at that Jan for the ball stuck you Grimshaw the Duvella Graham in the cool look. So the East Smatko Vinix and Norsen Seniors Norska in the Fallare Cass. Fatally weird of the East as Evans drops it Akaramaki cross the hook Alistino Rui Yunsi line at Shine Giano I guess still Guerrero in your bear bow for the state Nerva Goramaki after Chuk Janama drops it Michael Milligan a Fathke started across Caroline Weir drops it to now legal the Boschin Shachat the lead Maha Alapa Yedik Femachid kind of Ash Kunan Raleigh Union Weir like Manchester City and a Foster I guess Sanska the East who the Sua Miguel get the Shinamas Munion with the Machason the Boschanilla Pekanastina drops it after the East she in a Vuya Chinamach the Chiliki the Cheval Orsika Khumalelar so Scott Caroline Weir in a Chinamach and a Ducey and a Fath Ferville Evans agus Grimshaw the V go precisely at Leigh in the machine Grimshaw got Pekanun in a Croatia the Val the high clock of the Hools the Shin Karam to Galapa Kimmich stay Anna Machorische. Weer skeun de vuil, Harrison is kaag veel, agus Ukraine het toegte gemacht. Viet harke ju, schachat het al de vokse. Oh, agus karmish in te piti, agus schachat het de vast. Prachtig zo is ju. Flag was up anyway. Suzanne, but Ukraine playing a dangerous game here. They played a really high line and they almost got caught.
Yeah, they did. I think, you know, Jenny Beattie would probably be relieved to look over and see the flag up, because that's, you know, it's a huge chance. But as you say, Ukraine, you know, holding that higher line, and, you know, if Jenny can time her run a bit better, then, you know, it's a huge chance for Scotland.
Picking a stich minute in Gully agus Ukraine. Ja, gaan dit natuurlijk trippeltje over Kel Nillen een paar keer op de tjuk. Ik ga baaltje Groaten het hasje gaan. Alexander. Ook wel krijg billen nog. Keer tjuk richt en is tjukje. Is gewoon nog een keer tjuk en ik heb een zin gaan je tuurlijk alles tjuk. En tuurlijk de goal gaat er maar ha. Kravchuk, Kalanina. Kravchuk, ten pick and room gehenig, Weerka, Gutje Dash, san alappe. Evanska, Gronke Dash gaan skippen degje. Weerle, Arthur, de bemoeie. En die fijne Fallasuus, Wijfli, gaan Drukov. De Jorre Chili Dash. Ook maar kantel je nu kraan, Gulushin Manganyev. En helpen fijn de Gulu, en het Karamakashini en Evans en Isje. Cuthbert, hij de Kroge Makashin Gies, Michael de Plishia, Ashko, Lisa Evans geta. Wel, va, Grimshaw de ene stij, negens Graham, Kudevui, die Velere. Wat je dacht dat nu Ravishin. En te gu keerde maar kiesjes, dus een gewicht toch een goedje gug. En voor het kleedje Gensje. Zo wil je zo'n je kraan. Ik kan het doen wat ze zijn. Kimmich kan te de hand stachen. Ik heb dat dag genoeg, dus ik heb het tansje gehad. Ik heb het mooi. Je kraan Harrison. In de goede shot Karim gaat fijn naar de Ashko en dan Abby Harrison agus Gida Gajunsi Bondarchuk. Is naar de heel Karim maar shit. Neem toe de gaal smatkoor in je verdag agus Harrison vegen die Bragale. En tussen de Ashko de schöne Garstad. En kom wel het talk het ha. Patrick. Kalanina, vijfende ze, jij maar hoog krijgen die is in Ukraine niet. Ik kan toch glisje geven zijn, of de Tjuk. Kalanina, hoe is kan die? Daar zijn gewoon skip uit de delen. Kom zeg het passetje nog eens Joey Geren nog heel. Haast de bouw lachen. Scoort de schinde goed uur achtersen. Ja, kom eens schenachke. Nina fijn voetekenation. Agus eigenlijk op de Tjuk. Til je kon te shot de galapen staan geklikt uit de val. En met de 5 lachen verlaat al. As Grimshaw with Ash. Jimmy Keenan and Drukov that again. Panashenko, which came to be a mach as a game. They'll be encouraged by this, and that's quite a period now, sustained possession for them, and that'll help their confidence as this half wears on.
It will. They'll have it in their mindset, just try and get to, half time, with the 1 goal advantage. I think the Abby Harrison chance there was, a great one for Scotland, and I think her name might have surprised a few in the team sheet tonight, but that's exactly why she's on it, because she's so good at harrying defenders into a mistake. But as we've said before, in these games where you're up against quality opposition, and it's that next level up, you've got to take those chances when they come your way.
It's the old failing for Scotland, isn't it? We saw this in the last campaign as well. Plenty chances, but when you get these chances at this level, you have to take them, Suzanne, don't you?
Yeah, you do. As we say, in the games against Faroe Islands where you're scoring 7, you can laugh these off when you miss them, but in games like tonight, they've got to hit the back of the net, and credit to her, she's done so well to win it for herself, and but playing for your country at this level, you've got to take that chance. And it would have brought Scotland back into the game. As you say now, Ukraine are just trying to see the clock out to half time.
Well, Luis Cortez, misschien besen talletje gil vua yaki di aanshin kit khala kind talletje shenach. Misschien biga kudune gedes stoch biga chine shoko Hamden and fath ganashente. I guess nimish golste gleunie. It Hanshach, ach schöne Siege für der Velat, agus die Talletje gewil. Gewil der Skipper schau wischnige geju, gewie krutschen genug auf Gemmichen mal schau gelegt. Und der Chuk. Ons go Kraftchuk so die suige dat geprint in Norsen fine darapau. Dylech gael op y clwch tron y lein yn bwy a sy'n adeg ma ffasg y chele. Ny'n chael y baw lach gael lein y gian ys mi yn y path gyma chawn y chele. Dylech yn oes yn y baw ein trochba. Wir, eisiau dda fi sach sy'n gemsa. Yn ôl y barach gael yn fwy pa. Panashenko the ish skip plachut and Keen and Caroline Weir. Shalagay Darakach. Patrick the ish Bierg and Drukov Suas alive yesh. Afchuka Fela Hens of Oxer and Drukov at Dolkolar kinds of Sud Villena Khalifayan. Baul Trashits for Gabby Harrison and the Via Falap Marchishin Alapa Has Dawn as the Leach Kahin. Caroline Weir and Ish took a Keen so quiet Jane Rowan and Amakenya. Ach Boyle, Evans, Masacha door to the east. Kyrie Risha had the east, Shin Malachbach, Lisa Evans. Nu check voor de zaag, Caramilla Evans, Medusa, behalve de Gemala State. Ashka Boyle. Seo ma an dói how cuma le bhuileach an yellow gorstach u skipile sin yemes ala pe yano Cuthbert Voasta Schmatko chumda ge dream fine bhuile falla Cuthbert fiach in the eerst roon je netje de bemoeie Grimshaw prachtige voedagias haaske you Nish fi me te go ashkata Arthur Balnas Archer, agus swag the vat chachat. Agus amach Harrison. Buringiani Darakach. Alvo Arthur, agus Harrison a fine rutik in the Buringi Sturig. Darakach. Cuthbert in the room, Yen, the issue of the Vox. I guess an urpich in the Stayach Gidach, Gabonderchuk. Like a hook Alassinier, Gafurista. Better from Scotland, Suzanne again. Erin Cuthbert, and I think second half going to need big performances from the likes of Erin and the likes of Caroline Weir.
Yeah, we are, but it's great positive play from Erin. You know, she's got one thing in her mind as soon as she picks the ball up, and you know she does great to work the opening for herself, and you know she's used to seeing that net bulging at Hampden from shots from distance, so I'll be looking for her to, you know, get time and space and get a few more of them in the second half.
So Caroline Weir, ball tossing, I guess the Panashenko. Cas at the Gahin Gamach, such an Akin and a ball tossing the ancient Puyakulore, Kulix, and Russian Shalisa Evanson, Nunji Vafev. And the Gronko Gastake, a foster Hul. Again, is Levinach, the Gunyava Shahadaka, as he at late. Coram Magidic stock at the Galap of Fine Ash, Kuanan, the Shenyat, the Nietzsche, Leunia, Weir, the Nanoshang, Edu Hal. BT fine Rutikin at the foster, I guess Hanik for Lena Vuya, Ukraine, she Bosch and Yellow Vazan, Bazanska, Mishasu Forgetic. Gathered, she drops it. Cuthbert in the room, yeah, nach the Ish Kalanina around the Skippelhook. Sanorsson, Drukov, the Kuchach gedaard. I guess an ocean of Lenta Laura. I guess I shouldn't touch Suez and Chicken Forgedig. And a key at late. I guess Kravchuk, Lishanu, Tull, get a game, Ukraine, or a duel, the Shishin. Yes, Krach pick, the Luchtaich Jachkas and a doi, Limerachie at lay the goal. Coram, the share of a gallop, Tushim Koabi Harrison, Fashka Jidigile, Blistchuk Troye, Achvan Erb, Jidach. Bonderchuk, Jackley, Eki Ukraine, Patrick, Ihe Nassas, Sadil, Shishak the pass, Troya, Kravchuk, Julie, Idaviaki, Kuchuk, Kirsty Grimshaw, Gamat Bell, Altras again, Kuchuk, Gasonda J Live, Yesh, Ach, Akley Unia, Alapahas, the fail, the Tull, the Yevad Ashku and the Nat, Managra, Femiat, Darale Moore, Volley, Erin Cuthbert. Chakle Unia, Alapa, Bignani, Ukraine, a hoon. I guess, Kaint and Ishkan and Adashak and Unia, and Tohaint and a Klimak in a share. And yes, WFL, course here in the Geflecht, at the Rear United, as Muriston United. I guess the course here in the SWFL, at the Bayside, I guess Bala and Yespik.
Als je aan de ballen kunt leven, zo'n game met jou, game kan maar more koers je dan nog pleit in SWFL. Air United, een klutje Muriston United. Het daskip vechten die beken echtrie, een groegig, een show jou. Het daskip vechten dus hier het korm een groegig, zeg je show. Alle brusig. De Muriston, Shaw Watson. Is je vier in den Tarkic? Faravatje Tarsing, is Pieltje in de stijg. Wel, daar horen Skunjal de Muriston traast de game. Schatzel Stjach. De bal over de eerste de Muriston. Stuart down. Ach, Joe's Havel of Himmetera. Njachkle eer. Eer vier dus hier het kormach geheen groegig. Hij deed wie voor een pief at de game gerukken zo. Schoten is je. Hij trooien. Oh, hij is. Brengen Njachkle vier waan hen nog uitpelen. Ach, hees. En Njachkle. Ach, ringen vier waan. Eer vier dus daar kormachkesen. Jenne game groegig. Schoten die eerst. Ach, is die de schachat. In de vast. Brisiga díist. Dóir. Wai troia díist. Agus sydd y cwsyd y sinach. Cwyunan ac leúne. Gem gymafa sgyd I fi awnach a troia díist. Ach, sydd y cwsyd y sinach. Muirston fiach yn di. Coram yr chwch y siacat y dylaen y tian. Siot yn eisiau. Agus haid y god y stau. Doedd god ac yn Caitlin Stewart y fawn. Badwlwm gydach y siacat y ddofost. A hanach y stau y ddiist. Agus a Muirston y thosioch yn gynioni. Eher fiach yn di. Angad as y gem. A chai brisig y ddiist. Dy Muirston. She is alive, yes. Balsteig. Joe Hormer show. Ach, ringe klikken der G en 4 aan hen nog. Ja, glede de garstig. Game come out town. Heder vi aan krikken show. Vier die Brusje kjaun in de park. Ach, meer ach kan hen. Bring, oh, gee, dat schakert in de vast gaan ruggie. Schön einge den Tarkic. Muirston de vier en deze daar heel lachen. Einge zo Caitlin Stewart. Joe Fass, zo Peplado, Joe Gorme show. Ach, mis windjen haar reetje China das er zo'n bripseur. Alles staan is via geen den Tarkic ach, die de kusse de shin, shakate de watte tarsing. Via geen die karamelle groegig, het aschen en jakle ach, gaat doe die zo kerste de shin. Muirston voor MP ach. Het is shin aan het vallig. Brisje gadash, do eer. Jochlich aan de hennog. A Muirston de prisjoke kjaunil in de parke. Via ze daar het huiling. Ach, hij vraagt toch. Ik denk al zoes kom je eerst nog. Agus sinne. A Muirston is boonachig. Een kenjani. Een year.
Over the moon. Over the moon. It's the first final we've ever won as a team. So, and for it to be played here at Livy Stadium, unbelievable. And the amount of fans, spectators that came along to watch us, crazy. Honestly, I'm lost for words.
En daarna koers je de nacht Jenela. En toen zo had Bayside het dollen uit Bishopton, zo groepen SWFL. De jaren graag ieder game shamaha, agus de daaskepe ieder wie een frassig natuil, zijn narpisch ikke show. Om meer aan de hinnig, karm traat op Bishopton. Een boerengeif, oh is, wat doe het? Dingen te be zo kersten de shinnig. Bayside, via gaan die. Karmet heen nog roegig. Ach, hij gaat schakelt de lijnetje in. Zag ik karme show. Ach, die toch, raad het val af. Ach, zo boeren geef. Smaak gaan in de zinnig. Bayside klikken. Gleva, schakelt de lijnetje in. Ach, is Jouwerp. Ach, Jouws avelo, hoe de niet kleed kruim. Kerst in de zinnig. Bishopton in die eerst, via gaan die karme kroegen gas. Appertel, Jennifer McMahon, van de seneur. Agus a Bishopton het hasach in Kenyani, agus tel skanyal, Jennifer McMahon. Reposhing is thuis, some Bishopton in die eerst, McMahon in die eerst. Agus daar karme eiche, ach, a burgi. Tel lila aing. Bayside, if you gang, tull eingedás, hij troie seo. Ach, ringen jach le 4 van de hinnach. Bal tarsing alleen het chien. Hij schachat en isje. Ach, het dies ringen jach le 4 va. Zog ik wil je de gorstigig. Hij val saveltje in ist. Bishop in het eerst. Njach kleedje in de mag. Ach, even aan zo'n breed finish. Misvinden gro giljaar aan. Zo'n shin. Bayside, vier gaan die kleedje in mag. Jano mag. Paul tarsing alleen het chien. A Bayside traaien. Ach, chiedig. Gaat door de boji. Giljaar in de shinnach. Schachat in de vast. Bishopton. Boering Bayside. Grijming. Smach. Gang in de wal. Bishopton. Klikje ma. Klikje snog. Jinke Ingels. Agus apper tull. Tull. Ille wat we mee wokse. Tull. Scanjal ille. De Bishopton. En toen is Laura Ingels. Of hij tull. Giedig rol leeuwne. Agus at Bishopton. Da. Hulken Johnny het hoshach. Bishopton het is. Agus farwat het tarsing. Tras het darne lee. Bishopton. Ik kan me zien de 3 of tull achke. Paulus stijf op Bishopton. Agus a Donnelly ik vast de hoel. Agus hij de 3 of tull. Ik Bishopton naing in de niesker. Skipper Donnelly. Ik vast de hoel. Wa Engels chimich a lora kutjach. Ach. A Bishopton in isje. 3 gunjoni het hoshach. Kormstochers on Bayside. Ach. A vowel like in jach glee. Klikje er een schies. Soche korm. Tull dash is on Bayside. Vier in een tarkach. Apper savelig. China dash. Da savelig. Scanjal van een jach glee. Ringie 4 van de hinnach. Bishopton. Hij te stuien die is. Ik kan me zien een kerf tull. China dash. Ach, zie de koes zit er schon schachat in de watje tarsing. A Bishopton haast de vier gaan die impie goed is. Alleen niet in agus zo. Het is hij traaien agus ha. Een kerf tull het chien. Hij het wie frassig na tull vatten arpisch. Agus hij het is een kerf tull achke. Ein a Jew. Keith Gunjoni het hoshach maha het Bayside. Agus shelche a kielchach dan de kliksteren in de wingi. Mullen. Dus een tullishen. Zoche korm. Er zo'n een koeikje tull. Ingels. A choom. En jach gelijk kruim met de shinnach. A mi navras nach il. Moor an oenje in de akal. Gewoon een lijne. Zie de Bishopton een kosk, een chicken, een isje. Ha game gewoon schachat kju. Agus ha schachat. Ha Bishopton in de groep SWFL boondig.
Lost my words, just we knew it was a difficult journey getting here with a good few games, but absolutely over the moon. The girls played phenomenal, like from start to finish, and worked as a team, and we got the result we wanted. So, chuffed.
Melanair gave Ballinespik uit Muriston United de glee de Fachbischen Achgesen. Shaw Camden haal op uit Giddig Tull Gunjoni de Shiakran Kata Suzanne Lappen Cornerdoom and Suzanne an early shot for Scotland, losing this first goal from Ukraine's point of view. It was well worked. Petrus with the ball through and Kravchuk finished it well.
Yeah, I mean, from a Ukraine point of view, it's well worked, but from a Scotland point of view, you know, it's poor. you know, Jenny Beattie's favourite to win that ball all day long, and you know, just gets caught on her heels. And you know, it's a great finish, composed, and you know, as we touched on through the commentary, that's Ukraine's one big chance of the game so far, and they've took it, and they're sitting here with the lead at half time.
But Scotland did have chances, and they all pretty much fell to Abby Harrison.
Yeah, they did. Both times. I think she's worked it well for herself. You know, particularly this one, as I said, that's the reason she's on the pitch. She's so good at, you know, closing defenders down. But you know, you fancied her there. She had time and space, and you can see what she's trying to do, but just couldn't quite execute it the way she wanted to. And then again with the header there, you know, she's at full stretch, and you know, she's just trying to get anything on it and direct it towards the net. But you know, Scotland are going to need to, you know, up the tempo and come out with all guns blazing in this second half.
It'll be interesting to see if Pedro Martinez-Losa makes any changes at half-time, Suzanne, but during the break we were musing about the difference he has made, and I think we're both just trying to work out what the identity is, what his modus operandi is, and I think we're struggling to see any pattern so far.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm struggling to see what the style of play is, who's the one they want to get on the ball. You know, are they trying to get the ball wide? You know, I just don't see it. I feel like players like, you know, Erin Cuthbert and Caroline Weir, as I keep saying, are coming, you know, they're getting frustrated, they're not getting the ball in the areas that they can hurt teams, and you know, they're coming deep to receive it, and it's almost, you know, the next pass is one trying to get the ball in behind, and it's not quite working for Scotland at the moment, and I think he needs to change something at half time.
Well, they need a big second half, don't they? Because this is a must-win game for Scotland. If they're going to go to Spain with another victory, they really have to turn this round second half.
Yeah, they do. You know, particularly on their home patch with the crowd here behind them. You know, don't get me wrong, Ukraine are a good team, and you know, they're very stubborn and hard to break down when they get their noses in front. But you know, Scotland are more than capable. There's enough talent in that team, and you know, this is the games where you need to show that character and come out and put on a performance. And
from Ukraine's point of view, new coach for them, and you can see the influence he's had already after a couple of training sessions.
Yeah, you can sense it. You know, we've spoke about, you know, his calibre as a coach and what he's done in the past, but naturally when any new coach comes in, you know, everybody gets a lift, everybody's got a point to prove, and you know, he'll be delighted to be sitting here ahead at the break. And you know, as I say, the onus is on Scotland now to go and get themselves back into the game.
It's an all-up. Jenny Beattie dul yet, like Sophie Howard, Sinead. And even at that, the goal, Susanna, I was surprised just how easy it was to get in behind Jen Beattie, but clearly she might have been struggling.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to, you know, if she was maybe carrying a knock before it, because as you say, you know, she's got so much experience, such a good footballer, and you know, such a brilliant defender, and it was just almost too easy to get in behind. And you know, it looks like Scotland have been forced into a change here.
Pedro Martinez-Losa the ene with Leo in Maha Yeshin Cherav Masuringin ni Arahu Ashinachai Asparage. Sophie Howard at Leicester City Sanadara Le Maha. Hanat could be a coin the Arahi in Iliano. Sacha there to the Fath Kisancha the Magurch. Nel the Ruin Yanaki Maravashnikara, Emsley the Gorstachus. Cleland the Vichin Tranjachke, get the high of the Vengi. Christy Murray Kuchak, the Vengi Gutik Chineda, speaking to Yeferiano. Can Fiachan the Shahir Doomsy and Dara Liachkas in the hookup. Kravchuk Lahena Ganoi, the Yush, the Vinica Dashkata, Kalanina. Wel, de Vokse Kalape, Dragoe, Woe Peshika, had Shechet, the Caroline Weir. From shot. Prachtig zo is de show. Nou ja, bij Harrison weet je ook kus kafakere. Een coole geleden Gianna Shin. Volachig Itashach Pashenko machine. Kalas Karanoon vernach the loss ashen, though the books a technique heke. Kind the Rutiken Trasa Darley, Luis Cortez, Padakin Noach, Nemich, that can Edison. Ach, Brainchin, ja, the Vlach, the division Hulimera, skip a kid, Lucky Hickey shot. See, Nashkali Alexander. Now is Yevi Bowler Dash van Jikle. Evans, Stu Hyundai, Suag, Cuthbert, Skyeri Dash. Studios, I think West Ham, Stu Bowler Dash, Vatchuk, Rat, Hoshach, with Cuthbert. And he doesn't do like Aaron Cuthbert, that's a shin. But Tuchtje met je kassen, vug, tu chorre met de viaal. Kraan kachumalastei, Edivau. Zanska. Boyle Kibbs. Cuthbert le Torum in a pathke, Garasik Tarstin a pathik go Grimshaw, and for Smach le Coolings and Orson Shears Kassen. Yatalia can yet that Sophia or Vanikisha for the Pingy. We are the Kirishan is Sashkin, who is Nashkid Voksaki Ukraine. Graham, Bowling, Jinachajineth Coolagalina, Evans. Sanska Katacha Falav, Cuthbert, Kumalar, Dolchan Aloina, Yaragadash, Agus, Inavuya, Sarat, Riastishin, Sanaina Fala, Patrick, Zgoskelcho, Mach Glevata Galapa, Evans, Sanska Kapuchta Falavach, Cuthbert, Dolchan Aloina, and Patrick, Feinikashin at Hoshach, Rachel Boyle of it Puchtik Suas. She's turning over Giano, one of the Boschan. I were to find Sue again. It's the first direct involvement we've seen from Howard since she's come on at half time. Looking to glance that in at the near post.
Yeah, she's did well to get across the defender and, you know, win the header, just couldn't quite keep it down. But, you know, it's certainly something that Scotland look to be, you know, focused on, is that ball into the front post area.
Triple to show Ukraine, click it to the alarm. One of the Boschan, Navaris, Kirtoch, Chech, and the Vital Suez. And she skipper down Kuchek, Panashenko, I guess Javiatason, Issue How, yes, Kosar Kavilliana, and he at the Crag, Alar. This could be a major problem for Ukraine if their captain is not able to recover, and you can tell the coach is worried about that scenario also.
Yeah, he looks concerned. The last thing, you know, you want to do in such an important match is lose your captain at this stage.
Panashenko, I just cool. Stoch just get the haste. Look at the heen of the now Rutiken Chile Gadash Galar. I guess get a shin dribble Janach. I Koshach go cool the and Kuakach. Ishin Muringi Malora. Coach Jesach is toch zo'n aardig. Dan ik Alappe, Arnett en Ross en Cleland dat een geblaag gegaan, maar ze zijn een fakkel deetje uur maar zo. Ach, nog bij Feem, Orson, Jager maar aardig kroontje naar zijn Alappe. Panashenko, hoe ze zich pikken als frakkelen nul gaan een nadeel duw willen. Met kollig gevoelige wietje in het asje. Skipper de dash kon de ding. Le, pikken te gereden de hui en je getukkel haast de vollekig. Pas de vlieg zoals gaan er nu. Howard le Dúval Cymys Chmach go Casan Grimshaw. Dí sé héadrút a níontin Leitch Grimshaws Maria the ball sé Chile Gadashach. Caramech seo puchta suas Condy Weir. Could she bowlus the Coloch Ishalchich. What the Hoshach Erin Cuthbert. Stoch Garamashara Gallop. Tra as a dar late fine at Ashco in it. Lapa fiachan y ddies, sias live yesh. Cuthbert drips it. He do foul fiachan di ruin y hedaction. Marchishin, Chinstig and a Vien, Counson Grimshaw ddies. Corson, gain a full of the count. Grimshaw dash, go Lucy Graham. Mae'n siŵr tosach eith pasach yn y hyg ymach. Ar a game at leather. So ddies, Chidach Panashenko sy'n arch y chiarst. Chidach Keen a chanig y bal go wir. Agus y ddies. Schmatko drips it as a rat. And Drukov was at the full of Arthur. Drochval Kata. Another Gutch. The Harrison. Evans at the Vermuyi. Weir as the Vokse. Rashko Abby Harrison. Hier should lean a Vuya again a follow-up. It's Migedig. Dara going at the follow of Chanel. Drukov at the Chivuy le dash the gallop. Corsi. Bieg Cuthbert. Harrison. Weir face of Vokse. Grimshaw like a foster cool. Kuchuk. My Jackie the bow line tarsing. Shin Farlatol Harrison. I guess I put in ye Kumal Shias. Again, that's a gilt-edged chance. Good ball in, and you just need to get above it and get on target.
Yeah, exactly. Just couldn't quite get above it. But yeah, you know, great pick out again from Erin, and you know, for about 5 minutes or so there, Scotland, you know, had Ukraine penned in, and you know, they were just waiting for that opportunity. And you know, Abby will be disappointed that she's not done better with that there.
And prior to that, Suzanne, there was another chance for Erin, but just the ball was just too far in front of her.
Yeah, just the final ball again. But you know, on that left-hand side, there was two in quick succession where you know Scotland had a 2v1 situation, and Christy Grimshaw again. She's did the right thing. She's got her head up, but just you know the pass just slightly in front of Erin, who you know if we'd timed that better was running on directly to meet the ball.
Nasharas an alla paketa. Feed me at fine dash. Kuhlman. Det var så surring guy. Så när Dumoulin Rutschgaiv. Well, there's the game 7. Graham, Viest. Too fast. Harrison le Caramela. Putting you that in it. Corson gain a follow je gevatte de Boyle. It's more of a difficult chance time, but again it's Lucy Graham. She's starting to pick out some nice passes.
She is. She's finding herself with a lot more space and time in this half, and you know she's mixing it up well, going in short, going out wide, and you know causing Ukraine more problems here. And you know there's no doubt that Scotland will get more chances in this half, but they've just got to make sure they take them.
Aardig in Ukraine. Julia Shevchuk het alleen, daar is she een druk of Dolje. Paul go lamach, he is fine. Staat gestjech we zijn te galappen. Die Paul lille go van een paard keer dosach gedaan. Kleevik te gloos te houden zijn Chloe Arthur. Hier de Grimshaw schuldige de Hanach. Kimmich, Gutje Vuil. Bara cautious. Kimmich en Ocean de korstige aan de Vichianishin with die William Nurpren. Maar Hagada. Patrick. Caroline was a tull of a shin. Ukraine zich hier het lee. First is een Boyle, een dash te galoppen. Díadíos go Howard, Catholic Orish go glúas a Tarsinko. Arthur, Mike Humalastay. Graham. Boyle, Telection Ruin to Corsi, she is alive yesh. Perhaps Evans, the Devistay, Boyle. Laura, she is alive yesh. Evans, Fiachan the Inner Lehane, yes, Liest, Kus Lange and Buyas the Rat. Graham with a lick out. Game of court of the Ish and a share in this show for the King. We're up a gear in Barak in Void, but Shin wrote the Village Commissar. You could do it, Bondarchuk, lava the Shin. I guess met a pair Shin, Vigada Golashek. That's what Caroline Weir's capable of, but I think this was a good save at the end of the day from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a great save, but it's where you want to see Caroline Weir, because she is more than capable from that range, and I think it's the first time she's really picked up the ball in that sort of area, and if there's one player that you would encourage to take a shot on from there, it's her.
Weir, Lishivde Boshan Maha, Ishal, Parashenko, Fatadish, Ball, she had Haranish shoots guy in the follow up. Arthur counts on Rowan in the dish. Caroline Weir. Yaragadash, Juval of Ankucha, Kaharatinishin, Karanina in the spot finish. I guess the dish to find Darasu again. Boyle. Klachli at the pathket. Be Lisa Evans. He's the dish Yaragadash for but Kemak Evans Orakata, Baulich and Tarsiganish, Panishenko. Here yes. Haas gaan jullie pullen gedaan vallen. Geschreven van Boaster. Garasig Shachat in de duel keta. Plenty pressure from Scotland to stand, but this equalising goal is just still eluding them, isn't it? Yeah,
it's not quite came around yet, but I think they'll be happier that how they've managed to push forward this half and keep the momentum their way and almost keep Ukraine penned into their final third. The danger, as I keep saying, is just staying alert, because we've seen how capable Ukraine are on the break, and the last thing Scotland want to do is leave themselves open at the back as they chase the equaliser.
Coach in the hull up it, Conragashins, Munich gestochen, aardige hele. Game is at the Yano. Til je gaan klikken dan een gallop, because je zegt goed. Kleeg een paard kan ik je dochtertje. Maar de chevuien hier is een preen straaien. Arthur. Een bal de passen, wat bal naar passen de vestigi. De winje kedash keta. Is shin. Maar wat Caroline Weir. Is zo me gede gechin voor klikken de Oekraïner. Lee de dankel. Lee de son. Show him de Magoort game havelu. Siana mag in de station voor Shevchuk en ik van de pinky pick and finish in de dash. So we really have a sound to gallop us on. You see that, Grimshaw. Nu is de Ukraine goed heel line hard dat zo puchtige mag Shachat edo de boksdag geheen. Maar hoe zijn ze hier het hepsen chill geworden. Nog toe Jen Beatty Lechorum. This Ukrainian line just keeps getting higher and higher, Suzanne.
Yeah, I know. Any sort of ball in there would have caused them, all sorts of problems with how high they hit the line.
But from their point of view, if they do win the first ball, it's then much harder for the Scots from distance to get anything on target to punish them.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why they're doing it. But I always feel like you get the right ball in there, you're going to cause teams all sorts of problems if you can time your run, to match the ball coming in.
But they'll be delighted so far. They're managed to frustrate the Scots.
They have. I do think Scotland have turned the screw a bit more in this second half, but so far Ukraine have been a match to everything Scotland's threw at them. I don't know, we need to maybe start thinking about a change in personnel, because it's just not quite coming off for some of the players on the pitch at the moment.
Sheer Kamaski, Vashin, Voabi Harrison, or Chachate Vachatarsing. Gitan in de Vengi, Sheer Laag again. I guess Coaching, Meorchu in a Ruinian, Hachke. Koloskil Tatat Lahacharch. Geskippel to get that. Graham, Schulting is an Arthur. Die Schirm zijn we niet de watalische limmerij. Lucy Graham, hij heeft fastest tegen again. Kere parag verleed Jaron Cuthbert geta. Paul Shintulichi, Edevau. Smatko, Jida Grolaatje deze on. Als Noorsen of de Chuk, Plintje gebouwlijn van Smach. Kijk je de goal Karanasse games de daar. Graham, vegen die van Shagu, die is de gelappen via een paadje. Agus Kaine Dash, Caroline Weir, Marco Grimshaw. Eerst Paulsen, Karen Kudic, Dashje. Met de weer le Santa Gestje gelappen. Die is zo Karen Traumbo, Graham, Coach Dash, gaan Ukraine niet. Kravchuk. Shevchuk, Alcamisha Gesteko Kalanina, Sadish, well, Juimus Ivashin for Sophie Howard, Yemigishin, and Yovik, Kravchuk, trying the to count us on a data tail like it, look at the Ukraine, the Fakal, the Dream G, the Hatumi Vox, the Galapa, Alapatolko Kelnil in a party kata. Graham, Marco Evans, here's your bowl of Dadash kata. Boyle. Op ski, als je die is voor Graham. Aaron Cuthbert, Gutje voor jullie mee in een paadje. Grimshaw. Kraan een keer enke begoor guys en ieder gogen again. Uitig Cuthbert de pennis gaat nur in je krijg mijn. Dat is Kalanina en Oorsen een preppe gevoel mag. Ik dan niet je kraan. Mi holletje le Cuthbert wat valken karo surve pe show ik tasje geloosd Patrick. With the fakel in the laar show. If there was anything in that, Susanna, it was accidental.
Yeah, it was accidental, totally. Erin's just trying to win the ball, which she does. Well, and maybe just accidentally caught her in the face.
But you can see from Ukraine's point of view, anything that stops the rhythm, breaks the game up from here on in, is acceptable for them, isn't it?
Yeah, it plays right into their hands. That's what they want. It's just to run the clock down, frustrate Scotland. Win fouls, get themselves up the pitch. It's exactly what they'll be looking to do in this last 25 minutes.
As Masurin gave me, give it the Blistu, Kakel Nidden in the path, because the tail line. Production game, how far can you make as a jolly developer? Kravchuk leheen, a bit delicious shift to the stay and knock. As they dull, I can know. Op de Chuk. De walgje goed. Leheen, een Faski, Tilligarig in het vader gaan in Ukraine. Haast de veders en harig in een Galappe. Schmatko, kom al Sul, jaren de shin. Moesten kan goed de dash zo is alleen, kan Kravchuk zei. Tjene mat doen dan, tjege kom alle wielen stij. Ergens gavie gedash gaan kochelijke tuinetje. Cuthbert. Voortje tasje goede jaartje, je gaat terug naar steen is een fijne de val. Weer, Tjundijk. Ik denk wel Arthur Edisi in de vaart, maar je wat de bal ligt, je gaat gemas luiden, dat je nou. En is dat Sophie Howard, maar je gaat je in Chloe Arthur. Drachua Gashin, Kalanina the Gutch, Kravchuk. Look at Joris on Ria Falavachanish, Shevchuk, Puchtaksua, Seilan Viesh. Skavia Gadash, Kimmich, Lishavalastay, Forstanach, Ajidach Go Lee Alexander, Kafak Orisha, Bauline Mach, Idish, Go Evans, Coit Carl Harrison is Kach, Tarsenko, Weir, Grimshaw, Kaina Dash, Go Caroline Weir, Hanuring Gismach, Kumale. The Shagorum, it fell out of hell, Galapa. Dichuk, Tolkolari, in the contest and Survillin, a little again, and Yella, Rachel the Croatia, and the Melaglishna, Klesen, like the Ukrainian, Archin and Ishtitulahian. Arch again in Ukraine. Kalanina Dolje Agazok Kitayeva Chinid Nahachisa Sadara Archug off the Chuk me Krakaroi Koit Karan Ski Yes Nadia Kunina Chinid Nahachisa Jane Ross the hin of the Fanke the Galapakuchach Yemat Puttikini and McCannoy, Lucy Graham, the goal get. Is that the change you expected to stand?
I don't think so, to be honest. I thought, Lucy Graham was probably the one that was, almost dictating the play for Scotland there for a moment. But it looks as if he's wanted to change the formation. I think they've went 3-5-2, and now Jane and Abby are up top together.
Kiet, Dijkitsun Chech, Benishchik Jane Ross. Dijkit de Stahul, G with the Galapus and Tur Lilla, Achin Boy Panoch. It's an archie charst. Ricky Bowler, Harrison of Anker the stage. Grimshaw, Janama, Shili Gadash, I guess he tell you I can get Kanina, Shiva Plishik Suez alive yesh. Began his fiket minute Chidakal. A gala person show, Hunda Magurst, Ukraine, Gray Mahumalid, Nahaka, Snappeth, Bukarchachis and a misks and a finger to the game, Sevinik, Falavantay. Panishenko, Durachenko, Stokafe, who will get Trasa Darale, in Shachata the Vuli Hudi. Kunina, Suas alive yesh, Arthur Alye, Mistais, Gaki Pernbore, the Kuluk. Baulich and Tarsing. Kanina Kain Dash, I guess Fiachandi, Viegadash, go Kravchuk. Kimmich Vaundish and there for again, it's just a little reminder, Suzanne, isn't it? Kravchuk has done a great job up there on her own. She looked a bit tired there, but you can't afford to just keep giving them half chances like that. A second goal puts this game beyond Scotland. Yeah,
second goal, kills the game. I think there is a lot of tired legs out there, but the more that Scotland push forward, Ukraine will be hoping that they can, find the energy to hold the ball up and maybe create that final chance, as you say, that if they score it, it ends this tie.
Jamie Ruttigan Tacharch Gachar is an alapet, maar het al een shaman koers. Gachar Tanamacha nu Hungary. En je hebt de leed Chile, show happens. Je gaat Jane Ross, fijne falla van Panishenko. Het was tegen de box, zeg skip by the Norse and the fine dash. That was a good interception from the captain against us, and she had to get this spot on. If she didn't, that was a penalty.
Yeah, she had to time it perfectly, and it's good work from Jane, and strong holding off, but good recovery to get the foot in and time it perfectly as well.
We're for the Chevy Bosch in you got. Yes, Tuchchenko Kanina. To the gevatter of Rachel Boyle, like a heilige stig en een vokse. Corsi, agus a die is Vaunsi, the Chinestay, the Chudye, Rachel Corsi, going to son for the finish. half-hearted appeals for a penalty, but again it's the captain. I think that's the end of her. But what an interception this was again, just to put Rachel Corsie off, make sure she didn't get a clear sighting of goal here.
Yeah, I'd need to see it again, but you know, Rachel's timed her run perfectly there, but she always does, you know, in that second phase with the ball coming back in. And you know, you've probably seen them given in other days. You know, I think she just maybe gets enough on the ball, but you know, as you say, a great interception again from the captain.
Misschien kan je het doen. Rachel Corson er wij ruim vallen van daar te zetten. Nog een poelige krutje kunnen de finish van nog karme warm te galoppen. Corsie gaat de smoenje met Joontje. Corsie notionally. You see a Kielnele Id Kravchuk. Boyle. Door die zwoege Vaikiri, de Shinach Pistia. De Faverach. Caroline Weir. Weg in die Pistia Shias. Kleegt een paardje van mij Chile gedashketa. Cuthbert down. Logically, basically, Jeva Tacher to shot, then you got in a cast. Good decision making by the goalkeeper. She came out early and just waited for the ball just to come in right inside the box before she picked it up.
Yeah, she read that well. Otherwise, you know, Lisa Evans, you know, with her pace was bearing down on goal, and you know, clever from the goalkeeper, and probably what she's going to do every time the ball comes near her now until the end of the match.
Cuthbert feinking tor Yenavaulish. Corsie dul gola agus Afchuk Mihalich le fadachin karai kaita son cognition. Kafa gadalap game ein dash geto. Dacher tussen de dies, bekend de vluchtige de koelu. Geleorason Corsie goed gola. Skip de dies sas. No, it's man, I'm seeing as what they can crew Yanish. Kran, Talichikilior, Yevas and the Coganian. Rachel Corsie just making the point. This is just playing for time essentially.
Yeah. You know, Rachel's well aware of that. You know, you would think the referee is as well. You know, it is getting a bit heated in the, you know, the closing stages. Now, to be fair, Rachel has caught her in the head with her foot there. But yeah, Scotland are going to need to, you know, be more aggressive in the final 15 minutes. They really need to, you know, push on and try and get that equaliser.
Collaborates in het dolletje goed. Lee Alexander could the corner mach go. Arthur is Howard McKenyev. I guess Martinez losa maar a haarig graantje bij account of the heat. Ek je gaul de shot heat game more. I guess Luis Cortez Jachin is tegen de 3 kapet. Tasha we on gas en Buringa game 7 ik. Skis en is dus boer je een klichtje dan. Vaak alle game gemapt is je. Cuthbert gaat een kleertje naar Bezanka. Leeg Farro Gunnart. Kravchuk nu een rooie hechtje. Is Shinderat het hasje garoof verder. Boyle nistje klieg aan de mij en een paadje. Hoe is het Stefan een kleeg? Nog valketa. Ja, het is een grand genisch in de Ukraine. Torretje bouwde goed gekend in een paadje. Kimmich. Grimshaw a bhíist cumala bhuail agus chut an é lá a díos coganú a léalapa Grimshaw tolaite leis Músí ag Petric Arthur bhíist Well, bhálapa cáinte san súr bhú léile sin réitead le leis géim cumala dá bhuiar a chaid go lá Arthur Díos Chimichael ar a díos gotá Bhí a sat agusteach agus a triplate seo the Kimmich is meaning who had Buile man Nurplan side grown Buile 9 Trona game a new Nurplan sin and Cleland the line the son a lapa agus first the Grimshaw dul ye and Cleland ag Sassuolo Signetal Jade Maha Kaint Orishan is just on two line. Cuthbert Sadish Jexua Gilior Janakina Kajahanur Pekir Shahate Vachatarsing again Scotland and Cuthbert knocking on the door.
Yeah, much better. You know, Erin takes that down brilliantly, and you know, unfortunately, the Ukraine player managed to get the block in and divert the shot behind for a corner.
Smatko Van, who the Sua gets, who Kutsmachavan Kuchuk. Boy, like his. Sy sin anam cúteach go Kraftú gachi rúta in staire each of the torchili leis yem cumala dal on the favor a lapa Cleland a vinne kedash agus sy anam chora sy cúteach go nuair sin a Patrick ach each of the díos dus karm na féine gan a Ukraine karmach go héin in is bristu seo Kunina agus Sura Khanur Pavashin. Taichna halapa Nantost, Karen Marahaskip the V, Feder Rutikin Veo, he sat the day he Yes, Haas, let you pick in a stich minute in the goal. Skip back Pedro Martinez Lossa Feder here turl. Boyle men advent was het so vaartjach terug naar Ukraine gefeekers de balletje woord per gewoor. Kravchuk een dash. Onderchuk terug foul macht Gidach go Cassin Cuthbert toch gelukkig dat is kunnen te gaan de via Galapa nog Krisha Paulus Steve Evans kolla gaan jullie maken toch zie je dat Cuthbert geta toch in een lijne agus smart Cody is just right Kafak with Cuthbert bow line Dash hier is Evans also nog zijn sminje te gaan dat je genoorsen Evans kost geval afgehaka like Aaron Cuthbert dat korm te Howard, Corsi is car. Eine steek go de Voksevic sin farlato. Sanska van gain a falla le keun keta. Kraftchuk is le heen agus ma give shacha de boil sho gut de tille tripletje vian. Ge forsta nacha Corsi is Howard de dash notion. Corsi de tarin kolar le shkhliket de yak Ukraine met tiction kan kasana khleed Kashvuya in a shot. Tomashenko via de kroontje nog maar kieuw net je goed. Halan het is stem gasser en istig. Ik shot a balla puyashin shiseverant het al op. Kan is 8 minuten te gaan javastje Idaka. Achter is de Kapoil. Cuthbert. Bal fatte kaint is aan Lana Cleland. Dish, Chile Gadash, Gata, Arthur, Gahokalard, the Gronku Gadash, Boyle, Nurin Yaya, Tarakash, Nurin, Sheer Glos at the Falavan and Tarakach, Evans, the Shadara Erp, Bonderchuk fine, Bar Melden at Kafuchtige Falas Megedegat, Lamachason, the Boshin. But again, Suzanne just taking too much time. Rachel Boyle surely should have got that effort away earlier and got something on target.
Yeah, we're almost looking for, the perfect opportunity. Rachel Boyle has just got to hit that. Even if there's defenders in front of her, you just hit that. It can end up anywhere. But too many touches again and the opportunity's gone.
We're van een Osha nieuwe delen. En ze die is Leentje Puye, Ukraine, Jelike dish. Fuse Kraftchuke dashen is geworden dat de ook zich heen. Smatko, Sheen, Kassa, Panashenko, guy in de fella wacht je gevat de Caroline Weir, Nurpich in Steve Whippershaw is Bonderchuk. Skeeg neer, ze klapsige gevoel, ze noorsen het tuchtje gelaat. I think she made that look better than it was, but it was good handling as she flew through the air. One for the cameras maybe, yeah?
I think it was definitely one for the cameras, but she's taking her time again, buying every second that she can when she gets her hands on the ball.
Boyle, Junima, ben je geweldig als de galappen gaat de gouden de eerst. Waarom maak je kraan? En dan mag ze game. Roeien aan de bal, het Tarstings met Gedig. Oh, Saveleveli Alexander, gewoon nog toe dat de daar tul. Kraftchuke de eerste van de stij. Federsje, foul, Chiligadas, Alexander. Didn't know much about that Lee Alexander, but she was in the right place.
Yeah, it was a great instinctive save from Lee Alexander, who, to be honest, hasn't had that much to do. Even though we sit a goal behind, but typical Lee making big saves when required, and keeps Scotland alive really with less than 10 minutes to go.
Wel, begrijpen we Shachat naar de schinnen de golle stuit. Maar het gaat pikant te gaan naar Lassur, hoort je aan de Oekraïne en ik. Ik heb daar net van een pingi. Ik heb gegeven bij een tegen de volksstussen kutje gaat het pikant te hoeken lords geef. Maar even te keren, ik heb daar een chin van een pingi. Er gaat schöner rapullig met geen. Ik heb daar een van een pingi is dan al op. Weer hadden we het verhassig. Gotchedig. Agus Cuthbert via de route kunnen. Boyle. Leentje nog Tarsingen goed lag. Die is Zanska. Schöne die eerst. Zat de stui. De galoppen. Shona Shar agus just two Velin agus Jane Ross General Room Gihen. She's annoyed with herself there, Suzanne. She should have did all the hard work. She made this room for herself and probably felt she could have done better with the final attempt here.
She did. She worked it well for herself, and she would have been really dying for the opportunity to get a shot away goal and on her weaker foot, but she'll be disappointed not to work the goalkeeper.
Koek mentioned the goal naar de goal is we gaan de game aardig getuur. Op kan je die misnich gegodeken. Glasse dat het geef took alles aan een minuutje na daken. Dat is een goedje gebeurd. Noorinte Jane was fijn niet geketa. Cuthbert. Die is fijn. Ze gaat de cheese de lekker de val. Wel, magalik is het al op game 7. Ik ga nou kunnen erp voor Erin Cuthbert. Hij de aan hier in onze game set. So typical of Erin Cuthbert, just never gives up, Suzanne.
No, never gives up and always, finds a way out, whether there's 1, 2, 3 players around her. And, she's took a sore one there, but I don't doubt for a second she'll get back up and, try her best to get this equaliser in the last few minutes.
Get to give her on the news here. Nunya Ruyemach. Began 3 minutes to go now, was je gedaan. Ukrainian ich gran urut, jo picken is 3 minutes net er sinne agus buai echt real. Die is Shinder Washket Bondarchuk. Uti wie het grey mine the shin. Surprising she didn't catch that. Would have taken the pressure right off her defence.
Yeah, it's it's a quality ball in though. It's probably one of the better balls that Caroline Weir's put in, all night, and a chance to do so again from the corner.
Show you the Ishmaha van an Oshank, Caroline Weir, Drew Loop by the vow. Bischiko, the Voxika, Cuthbert, Kalaski, the nerve of a Shinbush Behe and Kuchuk. Lena Vuya Asarat. Bish Baldadasha Kassan, Erin Cuthbert. Weir the Vimuyi. Hemi at the goal Nasjidiche. Ballline is Stegan of Oxam, a Suringaiv. Nishtin Tarsing, Rachel Corsi, Agus Bondarchuk, and Drapsa, Chinamach, Agus Chinukray, with a vow. Agus a Tuchchim Golar. Juchluchia Buipish. Jachatish Mishnach gonna line a Gianich Makanyev. Krafchuk has Lehane, Huas, Akanui. Must be asked on account the Yarach early and a Masuringa, Chechostan, Tiligunia Hosk. Rachel Boyle, Cedriach Gure, Nacha, Lucy Graham, Haye, Miana Pathke. Weir, we have the Jane Ross sign try. Under Chuka the Ishtamachkata. Her reading of the game has been very good.
It has been very good. She's been the second sweeper for her defence, and when they've looked in trouble, she's come out and sniffed up the danger, and won again in the last couple of minutes, eating into the time.
This shot to the Ishfiachandi Tilligan a Vikanunya Shin. A Hoska Shakrafchuk, Magitic Howl Ha, the Dolgate. Malakova, Delahined Nahacha. She can also be quite pleased with the way she's played tonight. She's put in some shift up front and topped it off with this goal early in the first half. Yeah, got her goal, but as you say, I think it's been her all-round play, her hard work for the team, particularly in the second half, just doing her best to not make it easy for the Scotland defence to bring the ball out and holding the ball up to get her team up the pitch when she could. Femi Ruthigan Tachartanish the Gallopet fuses on Klinger just against it. You can't Tolich Chicken of Hostin Fangat Chias Gana Noshing. Arthur is a Gallopanish Gilanoon Ruyamach is Bulchach the Karen Fallach. Mr. Passikanata Kluch. Ellendi the Val, Kane Minachin. De Goeie Varach, back in the goal. Evans, Sadia Shapanashenko, game Madavia, Kichikucha, clear line of Gianchin. Arthur, Roaster, Fiachin in there, but his Kalshin at all, has Shachat. The son play Boshang, Hanika Pashmatko, Masmunian. I guess Waponder Chukumal Sul, Giada the Shin. People skal loop stay as a cue. We are da lav suas. Sediest. Ukraine Jelik the Shikiat Vow, agus Norshin Cat. Eine Fall is met we 5 shot. Boyle. Maar goed is dat shot tra. Hadden de Connard. Shevchuk had stayed in her own half there, Suzanne. She had all the time in the world to almost walk that through for the second goal.
She did, and to be honest, I thought she had timed it well, so maybe need to see it back. But yeah, as you say, just patience there, and she was in, bearing down on the Alexander.
Panishenko, Liashik, Klia Nakusha. Dawn Sadara Minach, Yanake the Varach, Caroline Weir, Lisha, Chora Masood at the Galapa, Yakan you find the Ashko and Galupa Gastelic, Haskali, Shinderwashke, Bonderchukata, Tuchikala. Time for player of the game, Suzanne?
You know,
not easy.
No, it's not easy. And I don't know if, I don't know if a player in the losing team ever wants, player of the game. But having to pick a Scotland player, I would go with Erin Cuthbert. I think any bit of quality tonight has came from Erin. Just her, sheer determination, her hard work, her trying to find that right pass, giving it to players in dangerous areas, and albeit by her standards, she's probably not had, her best game. But I think, she has in times showed the quality she possesses, and she'll not thank me for it or want it, but she's not playing the game.
Agus at the tail line of that. Harrison of Alm, I'm swinging at the first day. Agus the Ukrainian ik na kriegen nach de Bristjig. Ze 3 minutes te gaan varach. Agus haal op het fijne dashku en sa kafakar in the game in the dashku tol. I'm not into gonna Patrick Gretchen. And finally, Suzanne, they do have their goal.
Yeah, they do, and it's a great cross from Lana Cleland and Abby Harrison getting across the front, which she's tried to do all night, and finally she's timed that run perfectly, and the glancing header, and it's in at the near post.
Wel, groen open de jachtjag maar jedig. Hij bouw lang in de lian, hij gaat de dag eraan maken in een game, vind ik. De fijne dashko in een kata. Als je dat naar sluwen naar leven, als je niet daar kan, vind ik Chloe Arthur Kafake, zo eigenlijk nu. Schiet in de kraan is een hoog, dat tulle de gloonjen. Hoe vast de game, vind ik. Ze niet. Ja, kach ping. Het weer het je jaar leschenach game, hoe vader geen kach. Doe je game ze vind ik nog. Weet je de Soelortje en hoe het dat je maar ha. Niet je knap pial en is je game met hen gekauwd. Op het drama gejedig. En door in de Patrick is kaag gedig. Cortez is lossa. Kutje in Spanje gehaald. Naja gegelen. Agus Katacade door Pedro Martinez lossa. Javier en Tollietje. Lemmer. Vlieg niet game had. Jurg Ping. Agus Ganoring. De Patrick is kaag. Een krutje naar in Oekraïne. En ik zo vind ik. Wel je scoren naar Shara en Geisen. Naar hound te galoppen. Gejekus de Pie. Caroline Weir, Lisa Evans. Chloe Arthur en Meurig de shin. Agus Katanik Jane Ross even een pechje. Fashk. Gapuringi Korpoer je dat je de game because ze doen Abby Harrison. Het hele van shin. Ze 3 minuten te gaan je varach. Luis Cortez bessen. Het doet een maatje als ze skipakje. Is je een picken sessionen hadden we. Ake Leo Remsley. Je gehaald. Nee, echt een glukje aan. Ik mel een erg. Abby Harrison kasonretje. Zo'n deel als je een keer gaat. Tolletje giesje. Ach, ze jalla versarsingen. Hier deel like Harrison te galoppen. Ach, jalla voor. Had de tafing. Ilikalas. De show nog. Negus. Begin. Na de schuur morgen. Nog taag. Kijk je kraan. Tolletje. Giljoor. De schnazen. Edachjen. Dat is een goede dank gesloten. Dat je nou slieën. De nul gaan er nog taag. Kachkesen. En is rangstig. Toosje met haar. De liep. De kloekje dat een. Ik galoppen. Ach. We show Camden. Had kreeg nog gekomen. Alappen. Hun. Je kranen hun. Shin maar had kreeg nog. Dus de kiezen ligt in het Ukraine, toch een luchttijdje heen. Je gaat een galoppen aan de kerkel. Meer in de paadje. And looking at this equaliser, Zan, it was just a case of too little, too late. Fine moment for Abby Harrison scoring a first goal for Scotland, but could have done with that earlier in the game.
Yeah, no, a good personal moment for her, and I'm pleased for her. It's not it's not difficult to, it's difficult to come into a team and, make your mark, particularly when chances are few and far between. But she's kept going at it, and it is a great header at the front post, flicking it on in at the near post of the goalkeeper.
And from Ukraine's point of view, heartbreak for them.
Heartbreak. A minute and a half to go in stoppage time. They've defended, brilliantly as a team all night, and just that slip at the end has cost them. But for Scotland's point of view, keep going to the very end, and they've got that goal that's got them the point.
Abby Harrison hier sin gal Melanair the Cluchita Nilla. Agus Cara Manish Cleanjin Vosar Cluchita the game. Erin Cuthbert going to Callum.
Erin, what's your initial reaction to tonight's result?
Disappointed, but yet again, we've got a last minute equaliser tonight, so you can't be too downhearted, but that's by no means our best performance. We know we can do a lot better. That's not what we've been working on in training this week. It just didn't seem to click tonight, but we've got a lot of work to do for Tuesday.
Yeah, hugely frustrating evening, especially given the amount of chances you created.
Oh yeah, we created so many chances, and I think we have to do better in the final third. But we need to make some more clear-cut chances. A lot of them are half chances, or we're snapping at it a little bit. We're going to have to look at it and reflect, but also we have to secure the box. The amount of transitions that we had tonight isn't good enough from our part. We want to be using the energy to be running towards our goal, not back. So yeah, we're disappointed tonight. It's a game we should be winning, we know that, but we've got Tuesday to put it right.
All the best for Tuesday. You're tonight to play the game, Erin. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
See there, Suzanne, just how annoyed they are.
Yeah, Erin's clearly frustrated there. She expects more of herself, her teammates. I think they all do, and as we were saying, we couldn't really see what the style of play was tonight, and I think she's just echoed that there.
Agus Kishin sinna dúlan a visru alap dolgan Spain, and like Mars, Spain, Pinnick, Dusan, Cugnoni, and Noon, Hilling and Farach. Agus Marashna Daikin, the Noch, Alapa, Hoon, Cahoon, No, Ukraine. The show at Camden, agus Coin, the Giashin Kiel, Ganavuyan, agus the Spain, Edhoshach, Alapa, the Kulich, Jake Pingen, Ukraine, Kate Pingen, Nunga de Tree, Hilligan Farach, Gunfing, Gacha, Suzanne, yes. I think we're looking good for second place, but still that disappointment not to take 3 points and just go to Spain with a bit more confidence.
Yeah, I think so. I think even just the performance as well. Erin's touched on it, that hasn't clicked tonight for them, and we've got a few days in training to put it right for such a tough test on Tuesday against Spain.
More than thanks, Suzanne. Thank you, Suzanne. I guess Check Masalas and Cormac and Arkeen at Jela, China Show, BBC Alapa, Naich, Ashka Pien Ligan Halapa, St Johnston, and Hib Sapashach, and Yada Vachniston. He's a Shinadashak, Shia Uden. I guess the Northern Chunta, Gulik Bal Kosha Namban. I guess Operain, had a bit, Ma. As part of this Latin, Sofia Leagues and here to it, He's of Shin, Chitonich and Nochkov, La Fichet, Yenadaving, Shin a Kedu and Fisker. I guess Marashin Gra, Game Ashin, Naya March, Howl on the Seville, Spain, no Yalapa. I guess Shin a Toshek, Jich, Minanchin, Kashach. I guess J. Pringen Likalasanoch, Napiaman, and Burring, the Galapa, the game Shin Igleag. Hishin Che Hachris, I guess Draskata, Shapishik Dul, Anna Camden, so here do it, Hanyala the 3 Pingen Horch as the game. I guess Femi at Fiachan goal against Spain, Stinasus and Shinvuanya show. That she is Kalam Sanikava.
Wel, sinna go fo Fashka Hamden yn leich yn och smar hwrstalig brysig dŵl ha donna skipper nasion. Da ganin chen gemor geridw i'r fad Jamar sy'n dochus gybysif nad cwydioch gyrson sienach. Sorry drast yma ha sy'n da mawn sorry slan ac alacw agos bysyn i ddash i'r gyrraach gael le barach spors i'r BBC Alapa.